Oops. Music's up. Whew. All right.
Interesting that the I just refreshed it and then weird. Turn the music off.
Oh, see, I catch that now.
Yeah.
Because I can actually hear it now. This is very obvious. Well.
How drunk are you, Dave?
Yeah. I am. I have about that much left. I can't do anymore. I can't go get my Switch.
I know, you gotta go get your Switch.
That's more
It's gonna be fun. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm really excited. We haven't played video games in a long time.
All right, so stream's good. I'm just going to make sure that I am rolling.
I bet halfway through, though, we're going to be like, let's play Halo instead. We're already playing video games. I'd rather shoot some people.
I'd rather make some people die.
Happy Christmas, Rick Bogus.
Rick
Bogus.
Yes.
Happy Christmas, Harry. Happy Christmas, Ron. I've got presents.
Got my finger stuck in me bum. That's from something. I don't remember what it is. It's from something I saw in high school. My friends and I would always say that. I mean, it wasn't that, but it was...
Oh, man. Make sure and mark that for the outtakes episode.
Show.
Oh, clip show. Marker.
Clip show. Marker. All right. Give me another Rice Krispie treat.
Finger stuck in bum. All right, it's on the outtakes list. Woo! Okay. Is everybody rolling?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right, ready for the clap? That's what she said.
Yes.
1, 2, 3. Alrighty. Shall we go? I should have some notes that would help. All right, standard intro. Here we go.
Do it.
What's up, bros? Welcome to another Brograph Brocast. I'm Dave.
And I'm Matt, and joining us today is the man himself, Mr. David Ariev, Mr. 100 times on the show, Mr. Amazing, Mr. Just Got Married, Mr. I love that dude.
I love Brograph is a supplement to our site, brograph.com, which is a motion graphics tutorial site with tutorials, plugins, podcasts, and other MoGraph stuff. And on the show, we talk about everything ranging from motion graphics to Cinema 4D, After Effects, plugins, render engines, doing business, doing taxes, being a contractor, or working for the man. And you can email us, brograph@brograph.com. Let us know what you think about the show and give us some ideas, topic ideas, questions, technical things. Doesn't matter what it is. We got a really short show today because we just finished our Christmas episode, holidays. Yes. It was fun, but Davey had a drinky.
What is this? what day was this technically coming out? Like New Year's Eve or New Year's Day?
Sometime between Christmas and New Year's. We'll see. Depends on how much Switch I'm playing. You know, we'll see.
Yeah.
But we have a few links and stuff here. We're going to share. David have some. I've got some, and it really is going to be a short show. It's probably going to be under an hour for sure.
Oh yeah.
But we just wanted to do this and get out of here before we finished our Christmas shopping, and that'll give us a little extra time with our friends and family on the holidays, so we don't have to do another show. You know?
I have pawned off my child on the next door neighbors, and he's been over there for 3 hours.
Whoops.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's good.
What
That's
time
what
is
it's
it?
yeah. Playmates are for. You know?
Oh, it has been 3 hours.
I know.
Whoops. So, I'm just, you know what? It's just a whole bunch of links, and we'll just talk about some stuff, and we'll get out of here. It's that easy.
All right.
All right.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. Here's link number 1. I saw that Maxon put out.
Put your special Dave's Link song in there.
Dave's Links.
Dave's Links. Dave's.
You know, I haven't listened to the podcast with that song, but I know the song because of his old podcast that he stole it from.
It's from the old show.
Way.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's funny.
So URender is
officially out, right?
Officially out, and so there was a link that Maxon put out. You know, what if like URender could be just integrated into your viewport? That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, it would be.
Use URender in your viewport.
Well, ideally, it's going to be like Eevee, where you know, like you're rendering in real time, and then when you switch over to Octane or Redshift or whatever the true render engine is, it's seamless. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that would
be nice. The hardest thing, I mean, with that, it's like you're going to have to work entirely in materials. You know, the materials and the lights and stuff. They just don't translate over. You know. Well, it's a cool idea.
Dude, the stuff that Brandon has been showing off with Unity or whatever is freaking sweet.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, what else is on the list?
let's just jam through the list.
Just jam through the list.
Go.
Just knocking it out. Did you see JLE Studios in New Zealand? They did this this like high resolution photogrammetry of some like sausage and fries and stuff.
No.
They did 1,800 photos, and they used reality capture to do this Substance Designer like 8K 3D thing of these awful looking fries. And
how do we get to these links?
I'm
gonna post them in the chat.
Send them to you. You know, that would probably help. So I'm just gonna copy these. What is the best way for me to get these over there, though? That's the problem. I'll just do a new.
I was working in a studio this week, and they had guys and girls, because I was actually a very diverse studio, and I was very impressed to see that. But they had people working in Maya, 3ds Max, and Blender as well. You know, and the person using Blender was using the new 2.8 beta. You know, it's pretty cool. It looks, man, I don't know.
Yeah, Blender's really good.
Yeah, it's pretty out. It's getting there.
It's pretty good, I guess.
It's pretty good, I guess.
There it is.
All right. He said the thing. Drink. All right.
Go ahead, Dave.
I've almost got the thing for you here. Oh yeah, drink here. Okay.
Remind me, I'm just gonna eat a chocolate Santa real quick.
Nice.
No. All right. Let's see. Ooh, NAB show is gonna be honoring Alan Alda. Let's see here. I'm going to my drafts, and I'm getting David Ariev my links.
Oh, this is the most exciting show ever.
Yeah.
It's exciting, guys. Here it goes. Here it comes in the chat. Are you ready for this?
Let's do it.
All right. I like those 500 people that were on the last show probably all got those links. Oh, well. All right.
I see the gross fries.
The gross fries. So, man, reality capture has been getting pretty big. I mean, I don't know what you would use this for. It's just proof of concept, but do you think that this stuff's going to get...
1,800 photos.
Yeah.
Damn.
Do you think this stuff is going to get to the point where, like, we'll be able to do, like, near real-time rendering of polys of just, like, what's in a room? Like, real-time photogrammetry, all that kind of stuff. Because I can imagine, like, if you've got, like, AR... It's going to be a necessity. You could just take a room and remodel it in real time. That'd be freaking sweet.
I can see that happening. Yeah.
It's so solo energy after the last show. We're just like, oh,
I know.
the fun's over.
What this makes me think is that like I'm gonna spend modeling is still like the biggest hole in my skill set, and I'm by the time that I like actually adopt it and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna learn modeling, I'm gonna do it, everything will just be like photogrammetry and it won't even matter.
I guarantee.
I guess there's still a purpose
modeling,
for.
Once you start really getting into it, like you'll be like, oh, I've been doing this the whole time. I just didn't realize this is what it's called.
Right. And I guess there's still like a point to learning how to design good looking forms, like, because then you can create things that are not in the real world, which is kind of even more exciting to some degree. I like sci-fi and fantasy stuff. What?
Rick Bogus.
Rick Bogus. Is Matt secretly also recording a YouTube video for his ASMR eating channel?
Oh yeah, man, exactly.
ASMR is so hot right now.
Liam, I was having a chocolate marshmallow Santa. They are my absolute favorite Christmas and Easter candies because it's chocolate and marshmallow. How can you not?
Brograph ASMR. Now the chafing dog.
Welcome.
My new favorite.
The chafing dog.
Have you tried the white chocolate Reese's trees? Like they've been doing white chocolate. Like they have.
I want to say I have, but
I think they're like a lot better than normal Reese's.
Have you tried the Reese's peanut butter cups with the Reese's pieces inside of it?
Yeah, I'm not that into that. It's just kind of vaguely a little more crunchy. Like Reese's the white chocolate ones are like slightly less sweet, so I feel like I like them better. I never thought I'd like something more than just a standard Reese's cup until the white chocolate Reese's cup.
All right. Well, there you go.
Yeah. So with this, wait, real quick, with this like 1800 photos thing. Oh, it's from 6 angles. Then why do you? I don't understand why you need that many photos if it's just 6 angles. Isn't the point of doing like capture like this, moving the camera to all these different angles so you get,
yeah, that's
you fill in all the holes of the geometry? I guess I just don't understand.
Maybe it's like 6 angles, but all a little bit offset.
Oh.
It's another thing we should get into. Like, Aaron Kovret's doing the mesh room stuff for those squashes and whatnot. We got to do some photogrammetry.
I was hold on. I was gonna say I was I was working in a studio yesterday. And we were having issues with Octane over and over and over again, and every time we'd start something, and we'd be like, all right, is this going to work? I told all the people, I was like, all right, everyone pray to Octane Jesus.
That's amazing.
That's pretty funny.
I posted something about you yesterday because every time the Slack bot sees Octane Jesus, it brings up a picture of you.
Yeah,
in the chat.
Hilarious.
So
I need to get in there more. I'm so bad about going to Slack.
Dude, like we want you in the Slack.
Okay, I'll go in there and say stuff.
We need you all up in our Slack.
I like connecting with people one-on-one. I do a lot of Facebook messaging and whatnot.
You can do that in there too, though.
That's true. Sage said that they did a super high-res LiDAR or laser scan. So that the photos were just for color, apparently. But I still don't understand why you would need 1,800 photos for the color.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Dave, you're still doubled a little bit.
I'm still doubled.
Kind of sounds like a flanger.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know why it's doing that. Hold on, let me check and see if I can fix it.
Oh, okay. And then Phil said you change the focal distance and get better results. So it sounds like it's like focus stacking or something. I don't know.
Okay.
How about now? Do I sound better now?
No, you sound about the same.
All right. Well, we'll just have to deal with it for now. I really got to fix all my stuff and things, but
yeah.
Anyway, other links. This really is going to be a short show. Other links.
We're halfway through our links already.
Yeah. Image texture or no image texture? That is the question.
What do you mean?
Because this came up this week. We were talking about do you just use a standard image or image text? Could you use
image texture
or image texture in Octane? Is there a reason to use that instead of letting Cinema 4D convert it to an image texture?
Oh yeah, because I feel like I've had issues with like image sequences using the C4D node in Octane. I think that the image texture is a little bit more accurate, and also like you can pipe a transform node into it and do more with the image texture node.
Well, yes, you can do that. Like what I have been finding myself doing lately is just throwing in a regular C4D texture or throwing in an image texture and then, changing my projection to cubic and then manually rotating it using the standard C4D stuff.
That works but
just fine.
If you're designing a more complex material and you want to scale the bump or one other piece of the material separately
I'm with
from
you
the rest.
there. I'm totally with you there. Yes. But if it's just overall,
totally,
I don't see an issue with it. So, Dave.
I was just looking to see if I could fix my audio, but I don't know.
It's all right.
It sounds all right right now. Don't worry about it. It's not. I don't think it's going into the actual show. It's just for the stream.
Cool. Oh yeah, maybe that's the problem. Maybe it's going to your Skype that way.
Yeah.
So all right. So the funny thing happened to Slack this week. I thought, okay, who was it? Somebody got in there, and it was in. We have that channel called. What is it called? No stupid question. What is it called?
Yeah, for judgment free zone.
No judgment zone.
Judgment free zone.
Judgment free zone. Here it is. Yeah. So, who was it?
It's okay, Dave. Dave's been
drinking. It was Dave D. It was Dave D. Oh, I was looking it up. Dave D. He says, "How do you turn off a DJI drone? I tried holding the battery button, but nothing seems to work." I thought he was sitting there like with the drone like going, not knowing how to turn it off, and typing into Slack at the same time.
That's what I thought too.
That's what I thought, and I was like, "Oh wait." It's like, no, it's okay.
That's funny.
It's actually it's fine. It's just. It was just that it was on, like the battery was on, like the system was powered up. The propellers weren't turning.
Right.
But I guess there's nothing.
Dave's been drinking for the past 3 hours.
I only had 2.
On our previous show. It's all right.
Yeah.
It's all right.
I've only had 2. I have to drive to go get my Switch, so I'm not,
Yeah.
But that was a funny incident. So make sure you get on our Slack. We're going to open that back up after the new year for a couple days. And
we have no idea when Arnold GPU will be released.
I know. I wish
Oscar asked on the
I wish
chat.
I knew.
Yeah, I've been trying to pry it out of Chad Ashley's brain, but he's very tight-lipped about it.
Yeah,
I don't even know if he knows.
Probably does.
Here's an Octane X Particles thing. How do you, when you set up Octane Particles, David? How do you go about doing particles with Octane? What is your method?
Use the particle rendering in the Octane object tag, which because that bypasses the viewport and you're not dealing with any geometry.
Oh,
yes,
that's interesting.
That is nice. It is faster that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I didn't even think about it that way.
Yeah.
And you can use whatever custom particle shape you want. There's a field to drag in your reference object. So
that was my second question: is what type of geometry do you use? I like using a platonic.
That's good because it cuts down. I usually just use spheres because it doesn't seem to take any longer, but platonics are good if the particles are small.
Do you think if there's any reason to use a platonic instead of a sphere? Like, I mean, I guess segments, but you can change segments. So what's the difference? A lot of people say, "Oh, use a platonic," but it's like, why?
I don't know if there's that much.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Is the relationship platonic or not?
Yeah. It seems
that's
like
right.
a good
I
way.
dinged my own joke.
Because if you don't do it, then you have to go in and you have to do something like a sprite, and then you have to go into sprite and say particles only, so that you can see what you're doing in the viewport. And then every time you turn it back on to view it in Octane, you got to put it back to geometry only, and so on and so forth. Okay. That's a good one.
I think rendering particles has gotten even better in Octane. There's like now what's it called? Instance color node, which pulls the color from
an actual particle node.
Oh, I love that, because you do the instance node, and if you pull that into the opacity channel, then you can set a gradient, and then you could set it to different parameters, like life, for example. So if you have a particle,
or speed or whatever.
Yeah. So if the particle lasts for 3 seconds, you could have it fade out over those 3 seconds, or you could base it on speed. Like if the faster something goes, the brighter it gets. You can plug that into the emitter.
That's smart. Fading it out is like I was doing some particle work recently, and I wanted the number of them to diminish over time, but they just kind of pop off. And when you've got enough particles, it doesn't really look bad for that to happen, but it would be nice. Like Trapcode Particular had those opacity curves so that they would, fade themselves out. So you're saying using the instance color node you can get it to, you can pipe that into the opacity. Mm-hmm. Cool. So what does the gradient do? It just
the gradient, you just do a white to black as the fade out. But what's really cool is,
I see.
Let's say you have a long stream of particles that are already kind of in your viewport, right? Mm-hmm. Then you go to that instance color node into the gradient, and you move the black point in the gradient, and it will move it up and down. Oh, that's weird. Sabor is calling me randomly.
Sabor?
Yeah, that's cool.
I'll have to
put him on the podcast.
I'll have to call him back. He's calling me on my phone. That's random. So you can do it that way, because one of the things that Matt and I do also with brightness is we'll put something onto surface brightness, so that as it gets smaller, so you could change the size of the particle, and as it gets smaller, it gets darker. But but I still think you're going to reach a point where it looks like they turn off. But that's why I think plugging this gradient into that channel is a better way to do it. It works really well for Octane. So
cool. Phil says, has anybody found the planet node yet? I saw some people using Lightwave using it, but I couldn't find it in C4D. I don't think they've included. There's a new atmospheric thing for planets that creates a realistic looking layer of atmosphere. It looks really good.
It's there though. When you go to add to, where you
is
go
it in the plugin, or I thought it was just in standalone at this point?
Yeah, but when you go up to add a new camera, add a new Octane light or whatever in your viewport, there's one that says planetary environment.
Oh, cool.
And I opened it and I didn't know what to do with it. It had a whole bunch of fields to put a whole bunch of stuff in.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, well, I'm kind of in the middle of something. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole right this minute.
Yeah.
So I don't really know how to use it yet.
Yeah, I think people want me to make some people have asked me to make an Octane for new features tutorial, but I'm like, I don't know the new features.
I don't know.
Octane 4. How do I feel like Raphael Rao's got to do that, or somebody smarter than me, because I'm like, there's a new universal material, and in theory that seems really cool, but then it behaves differently from how I'm used to materials behaving in Octane. So I'm like,
so are you still sticking with mixed materials?
Or blend materials are really easy. Right. Yeah, but
they want you to do the space because reasons.
Right.
They want you to do the planetary node because you are the planetary Octane guy. I mean that.
Right.
And you got.
You did create the Octane world. You know, before you, there was only darkness.
There was only darkness.
Before you, there were no samples.
Right.
Yeah.
No, there were no bounces. Then he turned the diffuse and specular bounces up, and you get something.
And, now there's at least 16 of them.
Let there be emissions.
That's good.
All right, so what else we got?
I am going to do another tutorial soon, though. Hopefully over this break, I'm going to do a snow tutorial.
Oh, nice.
Winter themed, yeah. Make some ice and snow shaders and mountains covered with. I'm going to do mixing, displacement maps with Octane Scatter, using the displacement map in Octane Scatter to drive where the trees are and all that goodness. And then
what are you going to use for the snow? Are you actually going to have snowfall?
I could. I mean, that's X Particles. There's already I would feel weird doing that because there's already such a good X Particles snow tutorial from John Bosley on how to rig all that up in the GSG XP tutorial, and also that's a paid course. So I'd feel weird because that I would just be using those same settings.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't. I don't think I'm going to do that. But it's just going to be a still anyway. And I can, for snow, I could just, freaking clone some or scatter some spheres in there or something,
I don't know. Just put some spheres in there.
some spheres in there. Maybe focusing a little more on the snow shaders. I want to kind of nail that down because I feel like a good snow shader is similar to a car paint shader because you want those flakes in the normal map to get all the little sparkles, going on so that you're getting those different reflections of light at different angles, which creates that kind of sparkly look.
Raid needs to send you the snow that he did for us.
Yeah, he did a really
cool
good job.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I mean,
should check it out.
Damon actually sent me one that Alex Ness did, which is really good. And Alex sent one.
I hit up Alex Ness and I was like, "Hey, can I get your snow?" And he's like, "Here's all my settings, but I can't give it to you." I'm like, "Oh,
weird." Huh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well then.
I even told him I'd buy it.
There you
Oh
go.
wow.
Yeah.
I think Alex gave it to me a while back, but then I lost it, and then Damon gave it to me again because I was like, yeah, I'll give you a shout out on the tutorial.
Mm-hmm.
So, have you seen that After Effects does ProRes now?
No.
Yeah.
What?
The new update.
What?
As soon as we buy Fusion.
What?
Right.
Yeah. As soon as we bought Fusion.
That's amazing. That's great.
Got the Fusion Studio right here.
Nice.
Bought the whole thing, got it going, got the ProRes going, and then After Effects is like, oh, we got ProRes now.
Yeah.
Wow.
You son of a...
That sucks. But that's not the only reason to get into Fusion. Like obviously it's like really good at pausing.
But that was the first thing I did because we had a client that needed ProRes, and I was like, oh, sweet. I just converted everything in Fusion. But
totally.
But no, After Effects has to... I mean, I guess at least they're listening, right? A little bit.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still no
I mean,
RAM
like,
preview, but...
it was surprising to me that they were like...
no RAM preview.
It was like kind of infuriating that they were like I don't know what the word is, decommissioning all the QuickTime. It's like this, in the future you won't be able to render QuickTime or whatever it is, but it's like ProRes is still the delivery format that like most clients ask for as like an uncompressed,
Mm-hmm.
Because the other options are like Cineform.
Sabor's calling me now.
Sabor's calling you now?
Yeah. Should I answer?
Yeah, put him on speaker.
All right.
Tell him we're live. You're live on the air.
What's up, Sabor?
What's up, Matt? How you doing?
Hey, so we're doing the podcast right now, so everyone can hear you. Just warning you.
Well, hi, everyone.
Yeah, you apparently called Dave, and Dave's like, oh, Sabor's calling me. And calling me, I was like, oh, Sabor's calling me.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. My Skype died.
Aww.
There
That's
we
You should
sweet.
have been on the holiday episode
I
just like a
was
few minutes
thinking
ago.
about you guys, and I just wanted to see how the family was doing, how you guys doing, and just saying hi.
We're all good. Thanks, man. Yeah, you should have been on our holiday show. We just did it.
I would have loved to. But,
Yeah.
Well, it looks like I'm on some show right now.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Yeah, well, tell him we got to get him on the
But
show soon,
I'll
like
let you
full
guys get
blown.
back to it. But yeah, Merry Christmas, guys, and good hearing your voices.
Yeah, you too. Let's have you on the show sometime.
Tell him I'll send him a link for the calendar.
All right, man. Dave's going to send you a link for the calendar.
Cool. Sounds good.
Awesome.
See you guys.
All right, later, man.
All right, bye.
That was fun.
I'll have to call him back after the show.
Yeah.
George Emmanuel Arnaud just said that there's one from Andre Lebroff. You guys know Andre Lebroff, right? He's
I
like
don't know.
I know the
He's-
name, yes.
super engaging.
Oh.
He's another bald-headed MoGraph dude. But
Yeah,
yeah,
join
he's
us.
awesome. Really good at VFX and Octane stuff. But so yeah, I'll get that one as well. I think but what I'm interested in is just like teaching how to make your own.
Okay. I know
you
this guy. Yeah.
Yeah, how to make your own from
Yeah,
scratch.
rather than because we all get in these patterns where we just like grab assets that other people have made, but it's
Right.
more awesome to know like the theory behind it and like
Right.
how to build your own stuff from scratch.
Yeah, Liam has some great snow shaders for Redshift on, I think, his Gumroad.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So, all right. Other things in the thing. Oh, Orbix export
Yeah,
from
Grant
Cinema 4D.
says you guys should. Sorry, Grant says you should have
Totally.
him on the show. Lebroff, yeah.
Who knows him best to hit him up? Do you?
I'm on Facebook with him, yeah. And
Okay.
I'm
'Cause
Facebook
you
friends
add
with that.
everybody
He's-
on Facebook. Oh my
He is.
gosh.
Yeah, I know. Anytime I get a request,
This
if it's
random person you
Nate
don't know
knows-
added you. They know David Ariev and Tom Glimpse.
and
Yep.
Cornelius Damerick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
sorry. I just
No,
have
that's
people
gonna be
I
a
know
no from me.
IRL. Yeah. If I meet you in real life, it's fine. But I gotta meet you
Yes.
first. Okay, so Orbix export out of Cinema 4D.
Oh yeah, you got to talk about this because
Okay.
like you guys
Okay,
are using that in
so
a new
here's the
project,
thing.
right?
Here's the
Yeah.
thing. We had that project, and we were having such a hard time. I just think I wasn't patient enough. Like I felt like
no, there was
it should have.
no. It's Octane
No, no.
Scatter. Octane Scatter.
It might have been. It might
I
have
mean,
been.
maybe
but
it would
I-
work after like an hour, but
Maybe, but I don't really know. So, having seen a whole bunch of stuff in standalone this week, it's like the way everything gets exported, dude, everything gets exported into a node. It is ridiculous how insane when you open up a project, you know, in standalone, it is. Yeah.
But here's the thing.
So
Orbix
I'm assuming,
great.
hold on. I'm assuming that like the standalone or like the scatter is like just turned into geometry or an alembic or something like that. And it takes a while to export it. I just think I wasn't patient enough.
Man,
because as soon as you turn that off,
really long time.
Well, anyway,
I left it going for like
all
45 minutes.
All yesterday, I was exporting Orbix over and over and over again, even the animated sequences, and I didn't have a problem at all. Actually, no, I take that back. I did have problems, but I found workarounds for them, and at no point did I ever I wasn't able to export. I was always able to export, but I did have some issues. So I was using our Brograph Spotlight, right?
And it worked. How does that come into standalone? That'd be interesting to see.
It actually comes in exactly like the nodes that you have set up. You just can't adjust anything, right? But here's what's weird. Like, I think when you're, like when I'm creating instances in Cinema and then bringing that into standalone, it comes in as one thing. So if you turn it on, it turns all of your instances off. Or if you turn it on and off, it turns all of your instances on and off. It's weird. You don't have control over each individual one. But I think that has to do something with like the object tag or needing to change like IDs or instance IDs or something like that. But I couldn't get it to work. So the weird part was I had like 4 layers of our Brograph Spotlight, or 5 layers, you know, and then I had 5 more layers of our Brograph Spotlight, and then like I'd be turning them on and off. Well, when I exported to Orbix, they wouldn't show up at all, like at all, you know, and I couldn't fix it. Like,
well,
and
I
then
am updating that, by the way, here over the holidays, so that there is a fully compatible version 4 out. Just wanted to put that out there.
So the whatchamacallit, the I forgot where I was going with this. Anyway, what I eventually had to do was just delete a whole bunch of other stuff within the scene and only export those lights by themselves, and then it worked. So I don't know if there's like conflicting stuff with like ID tags or something that I just don't understand because I've never used standalone before, but I would really like to know if anyone knows.
Well, I like the fact that you can export the Orbix and then bring it back in to what you're working on and almost do like an XREF type workflow where like
is it kind of like Redshift proxy?
Redshift proxy,
yes. And I'm not sure about this, but I feel like it kind of helps in the calculation time because the Orbix is already kind of like exported. I'm not sure though.
Now,
I'm not sure. But what I did like is like we have a folder called Orbix Masters, and if someone else is working on like a part of a scene, they just keep exporting it as a new Orbix, and your scene updates automatically. But you do have to close the scene and open it back up. And I actually told Ahmed, he's not done with it. He's like, I wanted to put it in here. I'm not done with it, but I wanted to put it in here. And I'm like, okay, what it really needs is a refresh button, because even if you like unload it and reload it, it doesn't reload unless you.
So wait, do you overwrite the Orbix, or do you just?
I
don't.
Yeah, I overwrite the Orbix, and then it comes back into the scene.
It's
great?
Does it have like a link field like Alembic does, where you can just add in, you know, a new? Yeah,
it's just basically just a file. A link, and that's
all it is.
Oh, okay.
You have a level of like visibility control, but all it does. That's the only thing. It doesn't bring in actual geometry. It's outlines or points, and you can.
Well,
control
that's what makes it good, right? Is that you're bypassing the viewport? Is that the whole? That's kind of the idea.
Kind of.
I mean, it doesn't show up on the viewport. It does in the live viewer. You know.
I wish sometimes you could see a little bit of geometry, like
like
geometry.
Redshift proxy has like weird particle-ish modes.
My kid just got home.
Oh, nice.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Doesn't Redshift proxy have like weird particle modes that allow you to vaguely see the look of the geometry, but are super light on the viewport?
That's basically what this is doing. It looks like a wireframe.
Oh, okay, cool.
Or you could put it into like a point mode and you see like points, but the slider makes you take it to any level of visibility. So
cool.
It's a great use when you're working with multiple people on a project. It's like, oh, you're going to create the environment. Cool. I'll load this Orbix environment. You do whatever you got to do on the back end and update it on Dropbox, and then next time I open the project, it'll just be there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
that makes sense.
It's just like Xrefs.
Right.
And then what else in here? We had UV problems with bevels, and I don't even want to talk about any of that. I had a link to, there is this, Disneyland Tokyo is making a Beauty and the Beast ride thingy, or I don't know what you would call it, but I first saw it, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is like some really good CG, and then I'm like, wait a minute, this isn't CG at all.
Oh, is it animatronic? Holy crap!
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Let me see if I can bring it up here.
I pulled it up. Yeah, I'm looking at it. That's crazy.
Yeah.
There's Gibson.
So I'll bring it up on the stream if I can get it big enough here on my screen, so that you can see what it looks like.
Yeah, I have not seen like advanced animatronics like this before. That's pretty insane.
Yeah. Yeah.
We all just got used to like the '90s, like, you know, weird puppets and all those Disney rides. But
it looks almost like they're using something that looks very similar to Cinema 4D on the layout. It's kind of like,
yeah, you're right.
It looks like nodes, and I mean, it looks a lot like Cinema 4D.
It looks very Cinema 4D. Yeah.
It is insane how accurate they are getting with movements and stuff like that.
I think when Mark posted this and was like, I thought this was CG.
Yeah.
When I was in Disney World about a year ago, going through the Avatar ride, like, it's insane how accurate it looks. Like, really, really good. Going into your Slack.
Well, Liam wanted a link.
Yeah, Sage wanted one too.
Okay.
Anyway.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's insane, like how good that looks. I want to go.
But yeah,
check
that
it
looks
out now.
almost exactly like C4D from a distance, like the interface on that screen.
Yeah. So I had a link to that. Let's see what else we got here. We got let's see. Noseman has a new tutorial. It's like a 360 thing. I'm gonna post something to that. We haven't talked to Noseman much lately. Then there's another link, and I gotta remember what this is here because I didn't label it like an idiot. We talked about this in the last episode. Brograph won an Oscar Academy Award.
Yeah, so cool.
And then what else? The best of Vimeo this year. Tokyo Megaplex is in the running for his animation on best of Vimeo. Now, do you vote? I don't know. I didn't see that you could vote on it, so I don't know. So, Liam is trying to tell me about the post effects thing. Okay, hold on.
Post effects in Redshift?
In Redshift. Oh, is it official now? Oh,
yeah, I think so. And Pixel Cloud just
officially
added the newest update or whatever, so that it includes the post effects in it, which is pretty awesome.
That was quick.
Yeah.
Nice.
I actually own a copy of Redshift now. Gasp.
Whoa, boy.
Good job.
Thanks.
Here it goes.
Here we go.
Octane.
Here you go, killing again.
Here I go killing again.
Liam said it's official as of today.
Yeah.
So if you're listening to this in like a week and a half when it gets released, it was official a week and a half ago.
Oh yeah. Whoops. No, it won't be like a week and a half. It'll be next week.
Here's to never doing a glow in After Effects ever again.
Right.
Oh my gosh, he's trying to tell everyone he's texting me.
No, I got it.
Post Effects Redshift officially out.
And then NVIDIA did this thing where they were showing how they can generate faces with AI based on
oh
two
my gosh,
different
that
faces.
is insane.
Oh, I saw that.
You take that along with like the deep fakes type stuff. It's like
man, it's so scary.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine if you take that technology and then insert it into video games and stuff like that, so that you can just randomly generate a whole bunch of different faces and stuff?
But you could put yourself in a video game.
Put yourself in there.
That would be insane.
I would love it because then you can play and like you're actually in the video game. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Then you're used to like seeing yourself die in horrible ways over and over again.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the new level of
and then you'll get used to it.
Like my nightmares.
It'll be fine when it happens.
Yeah. But see, like, look at the people on top. This is person A, source B on the left equals the result on the bottom. So it's all these people times this person equals this person, basically. Isn't that nuts?
I love how it animates between them too. Like it's like Michael Jackson black and white morph effects from the back from the 90s.
That is so crazy.
Chamona. Yeah, it's insane. Like the NVIDIA AI stuff is just off the chain right now. That's all I have for links.
Phil says, imagine you could do an app to see what David Matt's baby would look like.
Oh no, let's not do that. Let's not.
I bet you could.
This is the best application I've heard of.
Oh, come on. There's gotta be a website.
No.
What does my baby look like?
No, please don't. No,
there we go. What will my baby look like?
Okay, somebody on the chat do it and send it to us. We'll show it. All right, and then I've got where are your notes, David? Okay, Kit Bash, build your world. What is this?
Have you guys talked about this on the show yet?
No, I don't know what this is. What is it?
Seriously? Oh, Sava is like one of my favorite artists ever. He did the FITC titles, and he's like an amazing Octane artist. But this is a ad for Kit Bash 3D. But it's just got some of my favorite camera transitions and environments ever. And he did this all by himself, like he do. And it's cool because he's like moved on to
very
directing
epic Ariev style.
Yeah, this is my style. I love it. And he's moved on to like directing, full CG video game cutscenes and stuff like that. But he still makes time to do this somehow, which is awesome. Like that transition at like 49 when it's simple stuff, but like, it's continuing the rotation of the camera and switching out the environment. Or where is it? At like 133 to 134. This almost pissed me off because I was doing some Dave Matthews Band content earlier this year, and there wasn't the time to do this, but I had an idea. I was like, what if I take a city of like the Utopia buildings and we do one camera move and then in the middle swap it out for the destroyed buildings on fire? And that's exactly what he did. He's got this really cool transition, keeping the same layout of the city but having totally different buildings, and it works super well to transition. And then like just after that he's got the moon, and then you cut and then it's the Earth in the exact same position. Just really clever like cinematography techniques and stuff. And I mean, I love messing around with these Kit Bash buildings. It makes it's just a fun world to play in without having to.
It's adult Legos.
That reminds me so much of Moon. Yeah. Dude, that was such a good movie.
Do you know what I thought was going to be a really good movie? You remember the one, God, what was it called? About the Nazis on the moon? It was kind of a Patreon, GoFundMe type thing where they raise money for the project. And when they originally showed the trailer for it, it looked like it was going to be like a serious movie. And then it's like they decided to turn it into a comedy. I really liked the Iron Sky. That's what it is, right? So it looked like it was going to be serious. Matthias, I'll get you the link to that thing. Just one second. So in Iron Sky, like it was supposed to be like the Nazis went away and they all took off to the moon because they actually had like space technology, and then they regrouped and they came back later. And there's Kung Fury too.
Kung Fury.
Yeah, but the Nazis came back from the moon to attack after they regrouped and got their stuff together, like to attack the Earth, right? And it looked so good. It looked so awesome. And then like halfway through their Kickstarter or whatever it is, they decided to change it into a comedy. And it was
weird.
Like this Nazi moon comedy. And I was like, dude, like I really liked the other concept because I don't know. I just really liked the fact that it was going to be like a real serious like movie with special effects and all of that. And it was going to, I don't know. It was disappointing for that reason. It's like, I don't know about a Nazi comedy. You know what I mean? It's like,
oh my gosh, our baby would look so weird.
Oh boy.
Oh my god,
where is it?
Where is it?
Is it in the Slack?
Hold on. Oh, here.
Where
I'm gonna send it in the dingus so you can see. Bring it up. Here, that I'm gonna do.
What
I'm gonna do
dingus?
me and
Which dingus did you put
Which
it
dingus are you
I
posting?
just threw it in
in? Oh, here it is.
Skype.
Oh, dear.
Oh, what?
Goodness.
That doesn't
What?
look real.
What?
I don't know.
That
It's
doesn't
like-
even look like either
It
of
doesn't.
us.
It doesn't.
Like
And like,
Jason.
look at me and Ariev, right? It looks the same except for it's got like a African like
Headscarf?
headscarf. Yeah,
That
What the hell?
that doesn't look like
that's
that.
dumb. It's like they just put a same
just-
mouth on everything.
Yeah.
Try a different baby maker.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Okay.
I don't know. Okay, what else is on the Ariev list? Let's see. I gotta go back to my thing. Where's your dingus?
Do you want me to?
Yeah, I'm just looking for... Oh, there you are. Okay, so Hawaiian lava.
Yeah, so this is from the guy that did that crazy octopus thing in Houdini that looked so
That's
realistic.
funny.
What's
People are
funny?
still in the Skype. Like I said that to everyone in Skype.
congratulations.
Apparently.
Oh, that's funny. From the last episode?
That's funny.
Yeah, everybody's getting it.
Ooh,
That's good.
pretty.
Hawaiian lava. Oh yeah, and Phil just reminded me of something. So when Phil was hanging out with me after my wedding, we just like went through my whole 3-hour long like list of references from the Beeple party, and we were like just geeking out on everything. And he shared this one video by Carpenter Brute. So look this up, Carpenter, and it's called Turbo Killer. It's like the
Turbo
coolest.
Killer.
It's like the coolest music video, like 80s. It's like totally the 80s vibe, but then also futuristic at the same time.
I've got to watch an ad for a minute in order to... You know how it goes. You know what I'm saying? Okay, there we go. So what is this?
Yeah. This is just like the coolest music video ever. I love the grade on it, and like CG cars and environments and just mad action and glowy lights and
Stuff and
VHX
things.
effects, and I don't know. Yeah, it's just like the most stylistic thing I've ever seen. Super cool.
Do you know what it was made in? Like any of the graphics?
I don't know the behind the scenes on it really. There's a Kickstarter page. Looks like a lot of work, like not just like one person for sure.
It has a little Kung Fury look
It has
to
Kung
it.
Fury vibes for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the pink and red and
Other colors.
like the kind of faded other colors, faded blue. But it's like a very limited palette, which
Is
which
it-
looks cool.
Am I stupid because I just don't love that style?
Yeah, you're stupid.
Yeah, you are stupid.
I've never really loved that. Like I hated the look of the 80s. Like I
Really?
thought the 80s looked dumb. You know, it's like, why are we trying to go back to that? Why are we trying to go back to that aesthetic?
Because it's nostalgic.
Nostalgic.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Also, maybe
that's all
because
it is.
it's kind of hard to like recreate those retro styles visually. I feel like it's tricky.
I guess.
Like it used to be because of whatever film stock they were using, and now you have to kind of intentionally grade it in a specific way and limit the color palette, and they kind of amp it up. Like this is not exactly what the 80s looked like. It's like an exaggerated,
Yeah.
hyper 80s look, which I dig.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's pretty. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
That work was pretty.
It's pretty good, I guess. What's this,
Next one. This is School of Motion posted this, and it's like just some of the funniest 2D animation ever. Like, just like awesome. Like, this is like kind of a boring thing to listen to, but the animation keeps you engaged.
Oh.
It's about
Home Sweet
NASA privatizing space or like paving the way for companies like SpaceX and with the old Elon.
Oh, Elon. He posted something today that was very relevant to Houdini. What was that? You know what I'm talking about?
Wasn't that the?
It was
yeah,
on
it
Slack
was like
today. Wasn't it? I thought it was.
Yeah, something like that. I don't really remember.
I'll have to go back and see. It was... Oh, he said anxiety is a scalar, fear is a vector. That's what
And then
Elon
someone
Musk
else-
said today. Someone said
Someone
stress
said-
is a tensor.
Yeah.
But see, I know that has something to do with Houdini. But that's it.
It has to do with math.
Yeah.
engineering speak.
Yeah.
I vaguely understand.
Things I don't understand.
Yeah, would have understood better, like probably 10 years ago.
VOPs and
I know
about vapes. I don't know about VOPs.
Yeah.
All right, what's next on the Ariev list?
The Ariev list, Mario from Insidium being his badass self. There's a new X Particles show reel, and it's all Mario's work, and it's
all
freaking gorgeous. Yeah, this is all Mario.
Wow.
It's just as created by Mario, because he is the god of X Particles. Like, just shows how deep you can go with this software.
I want to get more into grain solver stuff. I think it's really fun.
Yeah, grain solver. I mean, RealFlow has a really good grain solver as well.
Yeah, and it's GPU.
And it's GPU. But like this part here where at 21 seconds where the smoke turns into bubbles, just that got me.
That's it, Mario. You win the X Particles challenge.
Yeah, the X Particles challenge.
There you go. All right, Andy, just give him the trophy.
And the copy of X Particles.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, he needs a copy of X Particles. Elastic doing some snow.
All right. This is some good examples of grain solvers and prettiness.
Snow and X Particles, man. There needs to be some more. Oh, look at that. Oh, I need to know more about this.
Honestly, I think that would be easier to do in RealFlow than X Particles. I don't know.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah,
I think so too.
But that's grain solver stuff right there.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know. I think X Particles, if they start showing off some more like breakdowns of how some of the snow is done, that people will really get bored.
Yeah, I
love
the combinations of moving like fog with snow. Like volumetrics and snow go so well together. Yeah, makes it feel even more frozen and cold.
Dude, look at this. This is great. Somebody posted something on the Cinema 4D Facebook group the other day, which is always a crapshoot. It's hit or miss with that group, but
yeah, it is.
But they posted this thing where they had all these snow trees, and it was really cool looking. Oh, this is great. Man.
Yeah, were you asking me? Somebody was asking me, like, I haven't tried yet, but with Forester, there's like a snow mode that creates some kind of meta balls, but it's like too blobby.
We were talking about that on the phone the other day. It's like it creates like blobs and puts them on top of the tree, but it never works right for me. It's like the scales
so when I did, I worked on a spot for ABC. I haven't done much with snow, but I did like one spot for ABC where we had a bunch of snow trees and whatnot. And like, I just ended up using Forester's default trees and then color tinting the leaves to be white, which is an easy solution. But I had actually, maybe we moved away from the snow trees. I actually purchased like a whole pack of, like, TurboSquid had some extremely detailed trees with like snow on the leaves already. So like, yeah, but it's like when I'm doing a tutorial, it's not, I'm not going to be like, okay, now go buy this like
thing.
$150 pack of awesome looking snow trees.
Right.
It's like, how do you make that for yourself?
Yeah.
Which is really tricky.
I've done it with dirt. I've created snow with dirt. Is that how you start going about that, or? Maybe.
I mean, I think that they had just modeled or simulated snow on all the leaves in a way that was like, you could, somehow you could do it better than just like metaballs or something.
It depends on your distance, right? So like if you're really close, you need to see that geometry.
See the details.
Yeah.
Right.
But if you're doing like something from afar, you could probably find a way to do it with a dirt shader. I've done like a mountain using a dirt shader before, where you just add a dirt shader as a mask. So this other one, it's called Construct. What is this?
Okay, so this has been in the making for years, and I forget all of the details, but they used like some version of Unreal or Unity to do like the live kind of what's it called when it's like virtual cinematography, where you're seeing the actors, they're all tracked and rendered, and it's like mocap on set, but then you're seeing in the computer, you're seeing the overlaid version of their robot self rendered in real time. And so the reason this looks so good and it's so kinetic and convincing and the fight scenes are so good is because all of it was filmed. Like, I mean, they polished the crap out of it for years afterwards, but like the base of it was filmed by an actual DP, you know, so it's got the realistic camera shake. It's got these like over the shoulder shots that feel really natural. You know, it just has much more weight to it, and the animation is super convincing because it's all mocap, and yeah, it's just beautiful to look at, but also, you know, kind of unattainable.
This is a really interesting concept, like futuristic robots, like on a construction site. Like that's just so random.
It's
like
super, it's super random. Like Tony Coppolillo was like kind of making fun of it. It's like it's beautiful, but like at the end, it's just there's some awkward things about it, like that the robot there's like this whole plot point where the robot mom, she gets killed and she needs like her glasses, like her like if you're a robot, you don't need freaking like eyeglasses, you know. They just treat them exactly like humans. Like everything about them is just completely human, but they're robots.
A robot version of The Office.
Yes, totally.
Hey, that's a good short idea, you know. Should do that.
Yeah, I love the eye movements and the colors in this. It's super cool.
Did you see Tony's Star Wars thing that he did?
Yes.
I need to link to that in the show notes. That was pretty good.
I love Tony. Tony was another thing. Tony, I have to shout out for Tony as well, because he was so nice and so helpful at my wedding. Like moved all the furniture with us, and like, you know, he was just like the nicest. He's the nicest dude ever. I love him.
I like Tony.
Tony and Phil Rose at the wedding.
What is the flicker light?
Oh yeah, so this is just a cool preset. This is Gruyun Kim, who I got to meet at Beeple's party. He's the guy that did that crab that I thought was so amazing and hilarious, and he did this Giger thing as well, and worked on that crazy thing with Jake Ferguson. Anyway, whatever.
The house
He's
explosion
awesome.
Thing?
No.
The
it's
astronauts.
Like, no, well, probably if you say astronauts, then he definitely worked on. Yeah, I mean, everybody's worked on something with astronauts, but no, this just looks like a better, maybe slightly better than Signal. There's like a few more controls for getting your lights to flicker, like speed, amount, how much over bright, you know, the brightness addition and stuff like that. So yeah, this is cool. Just a little, maybe helpful link.
And then tutorial on damaging a cube. Super simple, but it uses soft bodies.
Yeah, I thought this kind of thing. I was talking to Thanu, one of the dudes that works for Yeti, that Greek company with Tony Zagarios and.
Okay, I was confused. I saw something the other day saying Yeti, done by Yeti, and I was like, Yeti?
Like the microphone?
They used to be.
No, I was going to say like the cups.
Like the cup? You mean the cup?
Yeti's,
you mean the microphone?
Like,
you mean the...
It's just the two of those dudes that co-own it. I guess they're in Athens. I don't know, but they used to be called Yell, and then they dissolved that company, and now they're Yeti. But yeah, Thanu was reaching out to me for possible work in January, but and he showed me his Christmas branding spot, and he had like some things bashing up their logo as one of the cuts, and I was like, oh, is that what's the normal thing you'd expect, the collision deformer? And he's like, no, actually there's this tutorial that's like, it's just like 10 minutes long, super quick to go through, but like it's soft bodies that then retain, like with the right settings, if you have like cubes bashing up your object or whatever it is, it'll like retain that dent. So it's pretty cool. It's like very simple C4D stuff, but it gets a really good look.
That's pretty cute. It's pretty good, I guess.
Yeah, and Thanu actually, in talking about the still life kick, he did for a little bit. The Octane banner was his thing. It was one of those images with chocolate and like all of these like awesome textures. So yeah, I think the three best still lifes I've seen are, obviously Aaron Kovret and Raphael Rao, but then Thanu's was freaking awesome too.
Don't forget David Brodeur.
And Brodeur, yeah.
What's up, Mrs. Raid Zero?
Mrs. Raid Zero.
Yeah.
All right.
Debs Roberts.
Where is she? Is she in the chat?
She was on the chat. Oh,
thing. That's awesome.
Debs Roberts, yeah.
That's so rad.
So then you got a tutorial from Damon Milstead too.
Yeah.
No relation.
Yep. No relation.
Brother from another mother.
Yeah. So Damon's been kicking out these really good. Like I suck at modeling, but this is like the Beeple style modeling. Just like Matt,
Blow
you
and
call
go.
it box modeling, but I didn't
Blow and
even
go.
know that you could. Yeah, I didn't even know that you could like create holes in geometry really easily with the bridge tool. Like I probably knew that, but like just the way he did it was so simple. Like inner extruding two opposite faces and then selecting both of those, and just like as long as you're looking through where that hole would be and you double click with the bridge tool, it'll create a nice hole for you.
Right.
Yeah, and that's probably basic stuff to you guys, but
This is pretty
not
cool.
me.
I'm so
don't think I
surprised, man.
understood.
I don't know how you don't do anything like that at all. Like
I just
always
haven't
feel
gotten
like
around to
I have to kind of like do that at some point in a lot of projects, you know.
I mean, I was doing this X particles thing, transition thing for this job for Intel, and it required me to vaguely model the environment. So I was doing some of that, but it's like it's just so basic. Like the only thing I ever do is like let's create a spline and then let's extrude that, and like yeah, I never have to do anything that's beyond that, or if I do, then I just go and buy a model on TurboSquid. So there's always been a lazy way to get out of it for me for whatever project I'm on. So
And then of course, lastly is the glitter bomb thing. I think a lot of people
did you
saw
see
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, this is something I would do.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
I love it. I
yeah.
thought it was so good.
Here's my question, okay? Because maybe I missed this in the video. How did he get the video?
There
there
are
are 4
cameras in
phones.
there. Yeah.
Right.
cameras in
but
the
it's-
glitter
it's-
bomb,
Right, but are
and
they
they've got
uploading?
GPS trackers.
Did he get them back?
That was a failsafe. Yeah, he gets them back. So they've got a GPS
Okay.
tracker. They go and recover it afterwards because the people always ditch the package. But if not, then it uploads to the cloud. It's like
gotcha.
it's
Because it was really good quality, and I'm like, how did he get these back? I guess I missed that part. But I mean, this is so great because
Hello.
man, is that really a slow-mo version or is that simulated? This is also my
that's
question.
slow-mo.
Is it
Yeah.
slow-mo?
Yeah.
Man. Dude, that would suck to have that in your car.
So bad.
Oh my god.
That's
Dude,
what Amy's gonna do at my funeral.
dude,
Just
I
for-
was on no, I
This
was
is
at
Phil's worst nightmare. Phil hates glitter.
I was
Oh,
at
I hate
Hobby,
glitter.
dude, I was at Hobby
you hate
Lobby
glitter
last
too?
night and I picked something up and I got glitter on me at Hobby Lobby and like it just wouldn't go away and like
Yeah.
yeah.
I told
I live with Schmoopy and she's constantly covered in glitter, so
that's funny.
I'm cool with it.
I was
If
like,
I weren't, then there would be problems.
well, I had it on my hand, and I'm like, I don't want to scratch my face or whatever. I'm gonna look like I just came back from the strip club. Is the problem?
Yeah,
the glitter factory.
Amy
Yeah.
threatens me all the time by saying that if I die before her, she's going to make my funeral full of things that I hate.
Oh man, that's so
like
funny.
for example, like my gravestone will be done in papyrus font.
Like
Oh,
Comic
no.
Sans?
No, papyrus.
Papyrus is somewhat worse in some ways.
Could the H2s be Comic Sans?
H2. Okay.
Yeah,
I gotcha. That was a web joke. That's
it's a
pretty
web
good.
joke.
I don't get it.
And the gravestone was going to have a panda on it. And then it was
Why
going
don't
to
you
be.
like pandas?
I hate pandas. They're so dumb.
That makes me a sad panda.
No, pandas need to go extinct. They need to go extinct because they will not breed, and they're all in captivity. They should just go extinct. Anyway,
You don't like them for that reason, but what about the panda sneezing?
it was dumb. It's still dumb. It's dumb. Its own parent got scared because of the baby panda. Anyway, and then she said she's going to give glitter to everyone to put in my casket as they walk by.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna have glitter on you for eternity.
Yes.
For
Yes.
like infinity glitter.
Yep.
Yeah. Until
be
the
awesome.
Earth is destroyed and all the particles separate so much that they're not close to you anymore, there will be glitter on you.
Yep.
Man. Man.
Right said 1,005%.
1,005% panic attack.
Wow.
And I was saying, I also hate crepe myrtles. You know, I was mentioning this to a couple of people
Why?
at
Trees?
DFW
You hate the
C4Ds,
trees?
and they mentioned it. It's because it's the glitter of the organic glitter. It's
Wow.
like organic glitter.
Wait, why?
true.
Why?
Because those little leaves go everywhere. Those the little flowers, they go all over the place. And if you've ever owned a pool, you know how terrible it is to have a crepe myrtle next to a pool.
I see. I didn't know.
Didn't know.
I didn't realize that they did that. Crepe myrtles are crazy.
Crepe myrtles be crazy.
They'd be crazy, yo. Do we have
My
anything
kid
else
totally
to talk
fell
about?
asleep, by the way.
Well, good.
He's on the
floor
right behind me.
Go get a freaking Switch, and then we can play.
I am.
Yeah.
I mean,
go get a Switch right now.
I won't be able to play.
I got to run some other errands first.
If you get it and set it up before like in 3 hours, then I'll be able to play with you. Otherwise,
it's gonna be
going to Video Copilot World.
Oh, it'll have to be after that.
Yeah.
Tell Andrew Kramer and Matt Kramer I said hi.
I will.
But tomorrow, I'm not doing anything tomorrow.
I met all those dudes at Video Copilot. They're cool.
Yeah.
I got to ride a one wheel and I didn't fall off.
Oh yeah, how was that?
Yeah, it was. I balanced for a little bit.
A one wheel what?
It's a one wheel.
You don't know what a one wheel, bro?
Yeah, dude.
Do I not know what is a one wheel?
It's
Ren
like
the
an
Reaper
extremely
talks all about
expensive
the one wheel.
skateboard. I've never done any skateboarding or any snowboarding or anything, but I was able to balance on this thing.
I know what that is. Have you ever seen a unicycle mountain bike?
No.
So years ago, my brother-in-law and I were mountain biking. We were really getting into mountain biking. So we went to this kind of like pretty moderate course, and we went down this hill where it was super muddy at the bottom, like where you just could not get across it without biffing and getting muddy. And so we stopped on our regular mountain bikes, and we get off of our bikes. We're like, okay, we got to walk across this thing right here. This freaking dude comes by on a unicycle mountain bike tire and just do and like goes straight through it and keeps going. I'm like, he
showed you.
Son of a
he made you guys
show off.
Straight up fools.
I'm ready to get back into some mountain biking. That's what I need to do.
Yeah, we got to go skiing with EJ in his land.
Yeah, dude.
Totally.
I've never been skiing. I feel like I'd be really good at snowboarding.
Yeah, everybody thinks that, but it takes like several days to get into, like, whether or not you've skateboarded or like really hard.
Matt, if you can skateboard.
I can skateboard. Yeah,
I cannot skateboard.
I broke my ankle skateboarding, so I could probably kill myself snowboarding.
I'm good at skiing and awful at skateboarding, and awful at snowboarding too. It's like but yeah, we should totally go do that. Colorado, man, February, good time.
Yep.
Totally.
Yep, I'm down.
All right, well, we're going to get out of here. This is the end of the year. 2019 is coming up, so we will see you after the new year.
Our next episode will be about resolutions.
No.
No.
I'm not a big fan of the whole resolution thing, man, because I'm constantly making resolutions.
Because I'm constantly failing.
Yes. I'm like, this is what I want to do, and then I want to do this, and then I want to do this. I'm always coming up with stuff, man.
Yeah,
it doesn't have to be the new year.
Always want to do all the things, but it's sadly never possible.
Yeah. I mean, just because this is a new year doesn't really change the fact that I want to do it.
Right.
My one resolution is freaking save some money.
Right.
Mine's to work out. I got to lose 30 pounds.
That's good.
Hey,
if I can lose 30 pounds, I'm going to look good.
I hit my 20-pound goal by the end of the year already.
All right. Good job. Yay.
Yeah. Low carb, zero carb, keto, intermittent fasting.
Well, you shaved off all your hair, too. That's got to be at least 6 pounds.
It was probably, it was 2.5 months it took to take off 20 pounds. Intermittent fasting, I ate between 4 and 8 o'clock every day, and it works like a freaking charm.
This is for you, Sabor.
Hey, Sabor.
And for Phil.
I'll call you back after the show, I promise.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
All right, well, we're going to get out of here. You can rate us on iTunes.
Christmas is a week ago, dude.
Right. You can rate us on iTunes.
Oh, yeah, right.
Review. You can also subscribe to us. Helps get our ratings up on your podcatcher of choice. Subscribe to our newsletter. You can say you've been there, done that, got the t-shirt with the No Brograph, No Mograph tee, the limited edition Gate and Simone shirt, the Feel the Bab 2020 shirt. All the profits from that go to Doctors Without Borders, and then the Render Things shirt and hoodie. And Janny says that, is it Janny? Thanks for the great podcast this year. So War, love your handsome faces. Kent, great job. Dave, just me. Just you.
Yep.
Rick Bogus, happy Christmas. Oh, he's talking about the weight loss. Rick Bogus, happy Christmas to everybody. Having fun. Thanks everybody for showing up.
So this is Christmas. What have you done?
What the F have you done?
Another year over. and a new one just begun.
On that note, we're on Facebook, Twitter,
So
Instagram,
happy
YouTube, and Brograph.com. I'm gonna go get my Switch. Screw you guys. I'm getting my Switch.
Guys, I'm getting Switch.
I'll see you on the Switch later on. I gotta find wherever this is that you sent it to, Matt. I have no idea.
It really doesn't matter. We didn't pay for it, so
Yeah.
you know, you could really go anywhere.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you all
Cool.
on the internets. And
right.
until next time, I'm Dave.
And I'm Matt.
I'm David.
Have a good one.
Later bros.
Later, bros.
That was a fist bump.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I thought you were doing like some kind of Captain Planet thing.
Yeah. Captain Planet.
He's our hero.
Gonna take pollution down.